Hi again, Ms. Hartmayer here. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about mindfulness and how our brain and body react to our mindfulness exercises. In our last lesson, we learned about neurons and the messages they pass through our body. Today we're going to talk about one hormone in our body that actually affects the way our neurons receive or get their messages. This hormone is called cortisol. We're going to learn how stress affects the release of cortisol in our body. But first, we need to know, what is stress? Well, stress is when we feel overwhelmed or strained to do something. We all feel stress sometimes. What are some things that might be causing you stress? Does schoolwork that's hard cause you stress? Or having issues with friends and family at school or at home cause you stress? Feeling like you have to keep up with certain things all the time and maybe too many things to keep up with can cause you stress. How about change of routines? Doing things that you're not used to be doing or losing out on things that you're used to doing. There are a lot of things going on right now that could be causing extra stress. For example, you're trying to do schoolwork from home, maybe your parents are working, and things are just different. You might not be able to see people that you normally see, and you don't get to go to school and see your friends and your teachers. You might even feel nervous about the coronavirus and maybe concerned about people in your family. Things at home might not be very calm. All of these things can cause stress. Stress is not always a bad thing. Sometimes stress can be good because it helps us get things done and helps our brain learn that we can do new things that we thought might be too hard. But stress can be bad when it takes place for a long time or too often. The longer our bodies deal with stress, the harder it is for them to function correctly. Cortisol is a hormone or something that's released in our body when we are stressed. Just like stress, some cortisol is okay for your body, but when too much cortisol is released in the body for too long or too often, it can actually harm the brain. It can kind of mess with your thinking and your memory and your learning. It can even affect the way that your neurotransmitters are working. And it can damage that hippocampus. Remember that memory keeper? It can make it hard to think and remember. You can almost go blank at times when you are too stressed. This is why it is so important to be able to calm your body and reduce stress so that the amount of cortisol in your body is less and it's not flooding your body as often. Sometimes when you are in a very stressful situation, you may have to spend a lot of time calming so that you can get back to that regular state that your body is used to, that state of calm. We call it homeostasis. You may need help calming when you are really stressed, and you might have to do it for longer periods of time, calming strategies for longer periods of time than you're used to. Right now, with all the changes that are going on around you, you might notice that you're more stressed than usual or stay stressed for longer. That is why it's even more important now to learn how to reduce your stress. We can help our brain and body stay strong and healthy by helping it to de-stress. To do this, we first have to learn, though, what it feels like when we're calm and what it feels like when we're not calm. So we're going to do that today by thinking about our heart. Our heart is a muscle inside our chest that pumps blood through our body. Have you ever been to the doctor and they listen to your heart with a stethoscope? A stethoscope is a special instrument that they put in their ears and then put the end on your chest, and they listen to your heart. When they are listening to your chest, they're listening for what we call a heartbeat. It sounds like a drumming sound almost. We can even feel our own heart pumping blood in our body by finding something called our pulse. Let's take a look at our pulse what that is.
Hi guys, do you want to try something neat? Take these 2 fingers, now hold them on the side of your neck, right next to your throat. If you hold them still for just a moment, you'll start to feel something bumping around in there. That is your pulse, the feeling of blood moving through your body. And that means you're actually feeling your heart beating. Your heart is always beating, all day and all night, even when you're asleep. It can never take a break because it has a very important job. It moves your blood all around your body. And your heart can do that because it's actually a muscle.
What we want to do is find our pulse and notice the difference of what our heart feels like when it's working hard, like when we're exercising, or when we're feeling stress, or maybe when we're in that fight or flight response. And then we need to notice what our heart feels like when our body is calm and it's at its resting pace. So we're going to use our pulse to help us do that. So the first thing we need to do is feel what our heart feels like when it's not calm. I want everyone to stand up. Come on, let's get our hearts pumping. Let's start with some jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's run in place. Go. Keep running, keep running, keep running. A little bit longer. Get ready and let's do some more jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And get ready to run in place again. Run in place, run in place. Keep running for a little bit longer. Run real fast. Get that heart pumping blood. Keep going. See how fast you can go. And freeze. Excellent. Now we are going to find our pulse. All right, just like in the video, she took her 2 fingers and she let's first put it in the middle of our neck and draw it all the way up to our chin. And then guide it around just about 2 finger spaces. Now I want you to count how many beats you feel your heart beating during these 15 seconds that I'm going to put a timer on for. Go ahead and start now. How many beats did your heart beat during that 15 seconds? How many thumps did you count? Go ahead and write that number down on a piece of paper or try to remember that in your brain. Now we need to find what our pulse feels like when we are calm so we can recognize the difference. To do this, we need to calm our body down because we just did a lot of running and exercising. And then we'll take our pulse again. A good way to calm our body down is through a mindful exercise. We've done a lot of different ones like mindful breathing, listening. We stopped and did some mindful smelling. We did some mindful seeing. Today we're going to do something called gradual muscle relaxation. This is a mindful focus activity that's going to require that we focus on the different muscles in our body and gradually relax them. Let's do it together.
Welcome to a 2-minute clip on guided muscle relaxation. To begin, be aware of any tension that you might have in your body, and as we practice tightening and relaxing muscles, in order to feel a relaxation overall throughout our body, if there is any point that you have pain, stop tensing in that area and move your focus to another area of your body. Begin by tensing up your feet in a tight little ball, and then relax and feel all of that tightness fade away, being replaced by warmth. Tighten up your calf muscles as tight as you can and relax, allowing all the tension to flow away. Tighten up your upper leg muscles, your quads and your hamstrings as tight as you can and relax, allowing all of that tension to fade away and be replaced by warmth. Tighten up your belly muscles, your core muscles, and draw your belly button towards your spine. And relax, letting all tension flow away. Tighten up all of your arm muscles at once, making a fist and pulling your bicep tight as you lift your hand towards your shoulder and hold that in. And then relax, opening up your hands and relaxing your arm muscles. Tighten up your face muscles and make your face wrinkly with all of that tightness. And relax, allowing your face to feel warm and relaxed. Tighten up all of your shoulder muscles, lifting your shoulders up towards your ears. Tighten up your upper back muscles and relax, allowing your shoulders to fall away and all of that warmth and tension to be present in your shoulders. As that tension is released, it should be replaced by warmth and relaxation. To finish, let's take one deep breath together. Breathe in. Breathe out. And notice how your body feels warm and relaxed.
Now that we've had a moment to relax, let's find our pulse again.
Now I want you to count how many beats you feel your heart beating during these 15 seconds that I'm going to put a timer on for. Go ahead and start now.
Did you feel the difference?
You took your pulse just now? Did you count less beats during that time than when we took our pulse after we had just exercised? When we use our calming practices, like our mindful exercises, we can help our heart and our body slow down, and it's actually able to de-stress or come to a state of calm or homeostasis, that big word again. And we can really help release that cortisol and adrenaline from our body because, again, we don't want it to stay there for a very long time. When we were exercising, our heart was beating faster and our body was releasing that cortisol and the neurotransmitter adrenaline, and even some feel-good neurotransmitters like endorphins and serotonin. These are good and because exercise is good. It is really great for our body and can actually help us de-stress. But what we want to remember is that being under stress and having our body flood with cortisol and adrenaline all the time is what's not good for our body. So when that happens for a long period of time or really often, that's what can harm our body. So we want to make sure that we are able to recognize when we're feeling stressed and then use some of our strategies to get back to calm so that that cortisol and adrenaline are not continuously or for a long time flooding our body and hurting our body. If you are feeling a lot more stress, especially lately, these are a great thing. Our mindful exercises are a great thing to use throughout the day. So maybe not just once or twice. Maybe you use it every hour. Maybe you use it more often than that, depending upon how stressed you are feeling. When you notice that you're feeling stressed and your heart rate might be up, that's a good time to think to yourself, okay, I need to slow down, I need to take a mindful break, help myself de-stress and get back to calm. I hope you guys practice these strategies at home, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.